Are you in the midst of figuring out how to quit your job? If you're doing this for the first time, it's natural to feel that you may not know where to start. Hi, I'm Lydia Lee from Screw The Cubicle, and I'm also the head instructor for TurnPoint's 9 to Thrive workshop here in Bali. So today's video, I want to share with you a piece of what we teach the participants in 9 to Thrive, which is basically how to quit without falling on your face. And these are some of the actions that I've also used in my own transition of going from a job to being an entrepreneur and a freelancer. And I hope that you'll be able to create action around this so that you can feel safe and supported before you take the leap. So the first question to really ask yourself, and it's an important one because it's on everybody's mind, is about money. So thinking about your financial status and what you actually really need on a monthly basis to survive, it's important to know that key number. And sometimes we may have that misconception that that number has to match the salary that we used to make in corporate work, so that we take longer to quit. And that might not be the case, and it certainly wasn't mine. So take a look at your expenses, take a look at your life expenses, and go through what you really actually need for your life. So that could be going into your bank account and starting to see what are non-negotiable loans or things that you have to actually be paying off every single month, and try to consolidate this number, bring that number a little bit lower. And you might be able to cut down your expenses as well by not eating out as much, not going out drinking all the time. So what can you do to bring that number down to a healthier number so there's less pressure for you to reach it as well? So the second action to start to do in your life right now is really a simple one. Telling someone else or telling your loved ones about your new plans and your dreams. Sometimes telling another living soul that you have other dreams other than your corporate job is the first step in making it real for yourself. And you can really enroll your friends, your family, and your loved ones to start supporting you in your dreams, so that when you're dedicating time, whether it's not spending the weekends going out anymore, but working on your dream, they can really understand and support you as you create this transition for yourself. And you don't really have to do this alone. There are other people out there that probably have a similar dream as you, and you could probably do it together and have some accountability. So telling people that this is a dream of yours will make it a reality for you also. Building an environment of support is essential of the next action as you transition from quitting your job. So no entrepreneur that I've ever talked to, myself included, has ever been able to do it alone. We need people to help us with missing gaps of knowledge and information so that we don't feel lonely in that road. So think about who can you get around you, whether it's online or physical, that you can start to converse with and ask questions and ask for support. So go online and start sleuthing in online platforms like Facebook or Twitter to start seeing which groups you can join and who you can talk to, so that you can have more of those people that are on similar paths as you to help you along with your journey. And the last thing to think about is how can you transition out of your job strategically? Not everyone's risk tolerance is really high. I know mine wasn't. So if the idea of just quitting and taking a leap of faith scares the shit out of you, well, there's other ways to do it properly. So one of the things to consider anyway, is to negotiate with your boss and to see if there's parts of your role right now that he might be willing to outsource. That means that you are not quitting completely, but perhaps acting as a freelancer or a contractor to still take some responsibilities in the company, but not being able to or have to go into the office every single day. So that might be a way of approach. Another way is to see if your current skill sets can be marketed online. So using some websites online called freelance.com or upwork.com, could you be marketing your skills in more of a contract basis to other people as you transition out of your job? So start thinking about strategic approaches rather than just taking a leap of faith. The biggest advice I would give, and it's probably the most important one, besides all the ones that I've just mentioned, is really know your why. Know why you're really doing this. And please don't say the money, because that can only last so long. Think about really the bigger picture of how, if you were to have this lifestyle or career that you really, really want, what could change for you in the reality of your world? Think deeper than just the external factors or the aesthetics of a freedom lifestyle. So knowing a real reason of why you want to do this, maybe it's an act of service. It's really helping in a realm that you can feel that some sort of legacy for your life. Something deep for you will really help your mind really understand the trade. So when there's hard work to be done, when you have to possibly be building a business while working a full-time job and you're putting in that effort, you really know why you're doing it, and there's a little bit more reason to it. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight on what to do in the transition of quitting your job so that you don't fall on your face. Thanks very much for joining me.